All right, let's talk about personal sacrifice when it comes to being a single dad. It is definitely very tough. Just being a father, but especially being a single dad, where I'm raising two little girls who is 5 and 8 now, and there's definitely tough and hardships that go along with it. So my name is Tony Chan. I'm a single dad of two, and I'm just sharing my journey and documenting my life. So I want to talk about personal sacrifice because there are definitely a lot of things that I can't do no more, right? All my focus is on my kids now. I don't focus about anything else, right? I spend less time with my family. I spend less time with my friends. I don't have certain friends no more. My skill set to me is much better, and it's just a lot of things change. So I'm trying to figure out where to begin with, but let's just talk about just not having time for anything else besides my kids, right? Because when I wake up, I have to get the kids ready for school, and then I take them to the bus, and then I work. So then I got to stay home and I work. And luckily, I work remotely. And so I just got to stay home and work because I have plenty of meetings I got to do. I got plenty of projects I got to do. I'm trying to increase my career. So I'm working really hard and taking on new projects and stuff like that. And so by the end of the day, I'll go pick up the kids. I cook them dinner, and then I just spend time with my kids, right? Because I have them most of the time. And when I spend time with the kids, we're reading books, we're watching videos, we're playing arts and crafts. So I spend as much time as with them as possible. And then, let me back up a bit because I do wake up at 5 a.m. and I try to work on the highest leverage tasks that could help me basically start off the day right. So the first thing I do is I do morning pages. So morning pages just simply helps me get everything out of my head into paper. Because as a single dad, and I just have so many different ambitions, I'm trying to grow my career. I'm taking care of two little girls. I'm trying to build a business. I'm trying to build a YouTube channel. I have to build another YouTube channel for the business. And I'm just trying to learn new skills and stuff like that. Basically, there's a lot of different things on my mind that I'm going through. And so that's why the first thing I have to do is to do the morning pages or journaling. And I tried to actually not do it before. Like I tried to take out the journaling and just replace it with exercise or replace it with work and or my business. And what I noticed is that the things in my head, in my mind, just keeps ballooning, keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's because I'm not letting everything out of my head. And so that's why I just keep journaling every single morning now. And then after I journal, that's where I try to learn new skills, or I read a book, or I work on a business. So it's not that I don't have time to do anything. It's more of I have to make sure that I'm using my time wisely. So, in a sense, it's not personal sacrifice in a sense where, what? I guess personal sacrifice could be I don't spend time with my friends. I don't play video games in the morning. I guess it's something I used to play video games in the morning, but now I don't do it no more because I have so many different things that I want to do. And basically, my hobbies are non-existent, I would say. So it's because in the morning I used to play video games because that was like really my best time to play video games. And so now, fast forward, when I pick up these kids from school, I cook them dinner, then I play with them. I only have like 1 or 2 hours for myself. And once again, I don't play video games. I don't want to really watch TV. I start to work on the business. I start to hustle. I start to make sure that I'm using my evenings more productive. And so once again, that's a personal sacrifice, right? I'm not doing stuff that I necessarily enjoy because video games are like one of my favorite pastime hobbies, but I just don't do it no more. And I don't regret it at all, sacrificing games, because I know that my life just isn't proven, right? And there's proof of my past history that I'm making more money, that my relationships are getting better, that I'm getting healthier, right? And that's because I sacrificed my past hobbies. Now, when it comes to friends and family, those definitely were sacrifices as well. And once again, I don't regret that at all because I'm just such on a different path right now. And because I got two kids, I got two little girls that I need to make sure that I am giving them the best life possible. And so that is going to take time away from other things. And so, yeah, I hardly hang out with any friends anymore. I hardly hang out with my family anymore. And it's just the way it is. Now, my goal is to make sure that these sacrifices are worth it. Like I am making sure that I sacrifice my games not just to replace it with more time watching videos, right? That's not the whole point. The whole point of sacrificing the video game is to make sure that I'm working on my business and I'm making more money and I'm applying for better jobs, right? If I'm going to be sacrificing my friends or my family, a time with them, I need to make sure I'm spending that time doing something productive. So I'm not just replacing it just for the sake of it. I'm replacing it with a more positive action or activity, right? So like even with friends, I had to distance myself from certain friends because they were complacent or they were like trying to drag me down when I'm trying to move up in the world. And so my new goal, especially for 2026, is to make new friends that are more business oriented, that are more about content creation, that are more about just growing in general or health wise as well. And so there's so much things to think about when it comes to being a single dad of two girls. And so I really try my best to make sure that I am tracking my time. And that's another thing. It's so freaking easy to get distracted by social media. It's so damn easy to watch YouTube or just do things that are not worthwhile, right? I have so many things in my house right now to block apps and distractions. Like I have something called Brick, which is like a physical device where you have to tap it in order to block a lot of the apps that I've chosen to block. And then the only way that I could unblock it is I have to go to the device again, the brick that's on the wall, and I have to tap it in order to unblock all these apps, right? So that's like basically adding a friction point for me to not get distracted. And then I have a ton of apps and Chrome extension to block things that distract me. And the whole point is just like, it's so easy. Even someone to me, like I think I'm very disciplined and I'm very productive. But even then, I still get distracted, very easily distracted by things. And because they're so addictive. So I do my best to really track my time and do time management. And I think that's the only reason why I've been very successful in the past 3 years after separation is because I really, really try to understand where I'm spending my time and how can I make it better. How can I make it more effective? How can I make it more efficient, right? Is it better to exercise in the morning or is it better to exercise in the nighttime? Is it better to take these diet or supplements or whey protein at this time versus this time, right? Like I've done so many swaps and changes to my time schedule. I try waking up at 4 a.m. I try waking up at 5 a.m. I try to wake up at 6 a.m. And so I just try to optimize my life as much as possible on my Google Calendar, track everything, and then improve my life, right? So that all my sacrifices are, if I even do anymore, like is worthwhile. It's worth doing. It was worth it, right? And so far so good, right? This is my third year now, and I am absolutely crushing it. And now I just got to keep going forward. Like I cannot lose momentum, and that's another thing, right? Once I reach a peak or a high point, something that happens to me is that I get complacent or I get too comfortable. And then that's when I start watching videos again, or that's when I bring out the video games again, or that's when I do something that's distracting. And I'm trying to like change my mindset where just because I reach a high point, that's not the time to slow down. That's the time to keep going, to double down, to like 10x that momentum. And it happens so many times because I catch myself and I write it down that every time I reach a high point, when I got a promotion, when I got a big bonus, when I get paid a lot of money, I write down like what happened. Oh shit, I brought up the games and I started playing video games again. Oh, I wasted time watching all these movies and videos. And I actually get mad at myself when I do those things because I'm trying to accomplish something big. And if I'm trying to accomplish something big, I just cannot get distracted. I cannot let hobbies or past things that affect my life in a negative way get in the way. And so, and you know, I gladly sacrifice, I guess, whatever in order to take care of my kids and improve my life. And I get a lot of fulfillment from seeing my kids succeed and win in life, and because I know that it was from the influence of me being their dad, right? So I get a lot of fulfillment from that, and so it's worthwhile to me to not have to do these other things that I've done in the past. And luckily, you know, it's not a huge deal like the sacrifices that I made, in a sense where it's improving my life as well. Like it's not like I'm doing anything that I dread about. It's not like I'm doing anything that I hate, right? So that's how, to me, I feel very lucky and grateful that I have that mindset and that those things are happening in my life where I just, everything is my choice. Everything that I'm doing is my doing, right? Like I'm creating this video because I want to create it, not because someone told me to do it, not because some other outside forces. Like the choices I make in life is something that I choose to do, and I'm not letting anyone else dictate my life. And there is huge, what's the word, fulfillment from that, or from that responsibility. There's huge purpose in that. So I'm going off in a tangent, but yeah, I think that it has been a really good 3 years, and my goal is to keep that momentum going. Right now is just accumulation of all the past experience, history, people I've dealt with, learnings and lessons, all coming into one right now. So this is why I truly believe this year will be amazing, and it already has. Now I just got to make sure that I note everything down, I write everything down, keeping track of everything, and keep on crushing. So I hope this year will be the same for you. Just remember, like, I remind myself all the past actions that I have taken that have gotten me to this point, all the past challenges that I have overcome, right? And those serve as reminders that I have overcome hard things before, and I could overcome those things again and even better. All right, so my name is Tony Chan. Please like and subscribe if you got value from this video, and watch this next video right here if you want to learn more about my life. Thank you.